Today we start our 2026-27 preview series with Can Macklin Celebrini possibly live up to the hype? We cover the top 5 very early clear-cut sales, and Dave does more guessing. This time, the most graded hockey cards ever, plus a whole lot more. Welcome back to episode 424 of the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, presented by our good friends at Upper Deck.
Josh! 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 Loud collector, Phil! Loud collector, Phil! Baba Louie! Yeah. Baba Louie!
And California Dave!
Welcome to the Gong Show.
Hello, happy family. Happy Thursday. Welcome back to the Gong Show. Hi, California Dave. How are you, buddy?
Good. Everything's official
Oh, you're what?
for the move.
Oh, I thought you were Canadian. I thought you applied for citizenship or something like that. Okay. You sold your house. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a big to-do off your back.
Everything went through. So 2 weeks from today.
Oh, the inspection did go down then.
Inspection went through. Everything's good. Appraisal went through today. We're just happened like an hour ago. So
Nice, Dave.
I was waiting to
Good
spill
job,
the
dude.
beans on the show.
Nice.
Real live reaction.
Nice. Happy
Killer,
for you.
Good job.
Yeah.
You got to do a good karma move and hide a box of clear cut in a super random, up in the rafters in the garage or something like that for somebody 25 years down the road to find this dusty box of hockey cards. Well, yeah, you're almost a Utah citizen, Dave.
Yep.
Did
So
you dig
close.
up your box of stature in the backyard?
Yeah. It's ready to come with me. So yep.
Hi, Phil. How are you, bud?
Good. How are you? How's everybody?
I'm doing good. How's life?
Yeah. Midweek, grinding away. Happy to talk some cards, hang out with my friends. Yeah.
All right. Me too. Hey,
Don't say
Baba
if you
Louie.
have Nothing
Oh,
good to say. Don't say it. So
Okay.
that's all I got.
Baba Louie.
Sup?
Sup?
Nothing.
Man of many words.
Oh, dude, I'm 1,000 miles an hour. I haven't slowed down yet since I left work. So
Okay. You guys know that Baba Louie is redoing his entire basement. Like totally redoing. Cutting
wasn't
holes in
finished.
walls and
Nothing would surprise me less.
because he just finished decorating it 7 minutes ago. And so now it's time for a remodel.
got change.
All of these walls behind me, they're all going to be different.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So
I wish
we
I
got that going
I
for us.
could have delayed us tonight for doing stuff like that, but
Okay. Your man loves your projects. Okay.
I do.
Couple reminders before we get started. Gong Show breaks are posted for Saturday night. We've added some more 25-26 clear cut. We have full master case of both Pick Your Team and Team Random. You can grab your spots at gongshowbreaks.com. I also have 23-24 clear cut, chase some bedsies, and a fun 2019-20 O-Pee-Chee Platinum case rip. Oh, and then finally the Parker saga is over. I guess thankfully for our pocketbooks, we no longer have to give away free cases after 2 straight weeks. We did finally get our 2025 Parkers. The size of the packages these people are, because in a case of Parkhurst, if you have a team, there's a lot of cards to begin with. 3 cases of Parkhurst is gonna we're gonna be, we might need to borrow your U-Haul, Dave, to move to get these people their cards. But
I'll
to
send
do
you
it.
my leftover boxes. You can box them up.
Again, grab your spots at gongshowbreaks.com. Reloaded. So pre-order is live in our Discord. For our Discord members, we always give our supporters the first crack and stuff like that. It's live in the Gong Show Discord. So if you want to hop in and grab your boxes, you can do that. There's 150 total. Basically 15 10-box cases. You can buy a single box or a case. They're getting packaged. We should have them back in a week or so. And then we will next week make the pre-order available to everyone. You can see the complete checklist at hockeychecklist.com or check out some of the chase cards at gongshowreloaded.com. But very, very excited for this edition of Reloaded. Can't wait for people to share their hits. And a lot of people do like box opening videos and stuff like that. Those are a lot of fun.
Speaking of that checklist, I don't know if you guys have been getting messages from anybody or not, but I've gotten a bunch from people saying, "You got to be kidding me. This is amazing. This one
Oh, I
is
thought your
great."
fly was down.
There's a very sweet National Treasures, I think, or Dominion Robitaille card. Did you see that one, Dave?
Oh yeah. I've seen them. Yep.
Single tier.
Yeah. I just put my feelers out there. If you pull any big Robitaille cards and you don't want it, you know who to contact.
I think it's our best one yet. It's our best reloaded yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
by far.
It's man, there's some bangers in there.
Now, Slab Sharks did something like a 600,000 CAD bounty on the Celebrini Young Guns 101. Do you want to offer up something similar for the Robitaille?
Yes, I will.
700,000.
It might be a little bit less, like one notch down, but
Different decimal point.
maybe a couple, few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carry the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 3 points over.
Subtract a bunch of numbers, and there you go.
It's a 2011, I just looked it up, Panini Dominion stickside signatures. So,
Yeah.
there you go. So, for anyone that wants to check it out, again, go to hockeychecklist.com. Phil and Dave, you got your show tomorrow night. What's going down?
Well, we Scotty Upshaw probably won't show up, but we always hold a spot for him on Friday night, so don't expect him to be there, but he might. You never know. Major Phil announcement. Really excited to announce something. So we have such a great family on Friday nights with Phil. I think they'll be in shock, but it'll be a good Q&A. So ask away, and I'm very excited. Yeah, it's gonna be a great theme song.
Next Friday. Not this Friday, but next Friday, we do have Kevin Douglas, who's committed to being on.
Oh,
So,
Right on.
Yeah.
Kevbo. Nice.
Yeah. Big boy
Who's
Kevin.
Douglas?
I'm Kevin. I apologize. Who's Kevin Douglas? Does he like go by like is it somebody I should know, or does he have like an Instagram name? Is he like Slapshot Collector 27, where I'd go, oh yeah, I know Kev? Or did I forget?
Do you not know who Kevin is?
No.
Think of Picto Lodge Kevin. That Kevin.
Oh, Pokemon Kevin?
Craft Dinner Kevin. KD
Yes.
Collectibles. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I guess nobody knows what his last name is.
No, I never knew. I never
Okay.
knew.
There you go.
You guys
And I
are going
was-
hard into Pokemon then, eh?
Yeah, I was thinking hockey, and I'm like, Kevin Douglas hockey. I might have got it had you had it thought of
That'll be
Pokemon.
fun. Craft Dinner's
Yeah.
great. I love him. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. His kid's hilarious too. Great family.
Yep. Nash.
Oh yeah,
Best
Little-
kid ever.
little guy. Now, Phil, so for those that don't know, I take great pleasure in typically making Phil look ridiculous in the Friday Nights of Phil thumbnail every week.
Yep.
It's one of my more treasured things to do. I think I made you look very dapper.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
You have to go check it out. Yeah. I think, is that Cole? Hi, Cole.
Yeah.
What's
Okay.
up, Cole? He's
Oh,
like,
there you go.
"Yeah."
You got a high.
All right, we got a lot to get in today. But before we do, a reminder that our show, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, we are a Patreon podcast. It means we do rely on the support of the good listener, good watcher like yourself to help us cover show expenses, produce what we hope to be more and better hockey card content, and then fund initiatives and a small way to grow the hobby. You can support our show for as little as $5 a month. Get our Future Watch Gonger title. Be one of the first 999 supporters. It's kind of like Future Watch Auto. You get access to our Discord. Just talk to our guy Neil, who does our Discord exclusive show Behind the Bench. He's gearing up for fantasy hockey. Dave,
Yes.
you gonna repeat?
That's the plan. Yeah. I don't know. There might be like 100 teams this year, though. Well, we had
Yeah, we had 40 last
We
year.
had 40 last season. So as the community gets bigger, we just keep adding more teams and more divisions. So, but yeah, definitely going after defending my title. That's for sure.
That's
There we
awesome
go.
because that means second place actually can win something.
Oh, we do offer a winner and a second place. Everybody gets a trophy at the Hockey Cards Gong Show. If you want to support us, just go to our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, click on the Become a Patron link at the top of the page, or go to Patreon directly, patreon.com. Search for us, we're The Gong Show. Link in our show description, both YouTube, podcast apps, or Instagram and TikTok profiles too. Babalui, we have one new patron since our last show. We'd like to give him a shout out.
Let's do that. Elite Hockey Cards 87.
Crosby fan? I would guess. No.
Maybe.
All right, bud, what's the game plan?
Game plan for today, boys. We are going to start with get to know your Hall of Famers. Moving on to a new year. After that, 2026-27 preview part 1. Can Macklin Celebrini live up to the hype? After that, it's hobby news. Then we'll take a look at the top 5 very, very early 25-26 California Dave clear-cut sales.
I know what number 1 is. Well,
I don't think it's sold yet.
Oh, no, it hasn't sold yet.
Not till tomorrow night or tonight.
No, fine that I don't know what number 1 is.
And then we'll finish up with some personal pickups.
Thank you, Babalui. Let's get today's show started with the Get to Know Your Hall of Famers series. It's where we're profiling every single Hockey Hall of Fame player that ever lived. We did start with the first Hall of Fame class in 1945 and have since been working our way to the present day. Now, we have been profiling the 3 Hall of Fame players from the class of 1945. The last couple of shows have covered Bobby Hull, Stan Mikita. There was one other player in the class of 1983, Ken Dryden. Unfortunately, if you remember, or maybe not, Ken passed away last September, and at that point, we did a special edition of Get to Know Your Hall of Famers, honoring the life and career of Mr. Dryden. And I'd love for you all to think that I instantly remembered this, but I did not until I was halfway done preparing again.
Of course.
Ken Dryden, Get to Know Your Hall of Famers. And then something that's like,
Yeah, what tipped
really
it off?
familiar to me.
Where were you where you were like, oh my gosh, we've done this before?
And honestly, I'm not as mad that I had to do a whole bunch of work over again. I'm just glad I'm not going through the embarrassment of doing another player twice. So what that does, it moves us to the class of 1984, where we have 3 more players that were called to the Hall. One passed away again, though, and so it'll really be 2 because Bernie Perrant was in the class of 1984. But before we get into today's Hall of Famers, I wanted to go back and take a look, see what was going down now 42 years ago in 1984. Shorten the list a little bit. We won't get so deep into world events, but I just love doing this. It's like, I just don't feel like stuff happens like this anymore, you know? And maybe 40 years from now, people will think all the crazy crap that happened in 2026, but I don't know.
Our lifetime has had our fair share of
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, 9/11's a big one. You know,
Fair. Yeah.
Stay at home era.
Especially like pop, like the movies and the music and the TV. It doesn't feel like that compares to the cultural impact that it had back then. If that makes sense.
Yeah, because people left their houses.
Yeah, fair.
So no one leaves their house
That's
now.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's all like murder porn now, murder documentaries of, you know.
I didn't know that existed till like 3 weeks ago. Like I had no idea. I had no like EWU body cam. I'm like, oh my God, this is great. I can see how that sucks. I did laundry all day. Nah, you watched YouTube all day.
Okay, here's what happened in 1984. Ronald Reagan won one of the largest victories in American presidential history in November, defeating Democrat Walter Mondale and carrying 49 to 50 states. Mondale's running mate, Geraldine Ferraro, became the first woman nominated for vice president by a major American political party. The Soviet Union and several allied Eastern Bloc countries boycotted the 1984 Summer Olympics in LA, largely a retaliation for a U.S.-led boycott of the 1980 Moscow Olympics. On January 24th, 1984, Steve Jobs introduced the original Apple Macintosh, dramatically demonstrating its graphical interface in one of the most famous product launches in technology history. 2 days earlier, Apple's legendary 1984 Macintosh commercial had aired nationally during Super Bowl 18, directed by Ridley Scott. The ad depicted a woman smashing a giant screen displayed by a Big Brother-like figure and became one of the most famous commercials ever produced. Have you guys ever gone back and watched that in recent years?
I can't believe Ridley Scott made a commercial. Does anything fly out of anyone's chest or no?
Oh, no, but
Okay.
it's probably the most famous television commercial of all time. It's
Well, yeah, I totally agree with you. I can picture it right in my head.
Yeah, I haven't rewatched it though, and I don't know.
yeah, it's
30
been years for me
But
too.
yeah.
I like the space ones for Phil. During Space Shuttle Challenger's mission STS-41B in February, astronaut Bruce McCandless II became the first person to perform an untethered spacewalk, floating freely through space using the manned maneuvering unit. That had to have been terrifying.
It's a crazy cool
Yeah.
picture. There's a picture of him out there. Yeah. Very neat.
Is that something you'd want to be the first person to do? I might want to be the
Right,
second
you're out.
person to do.
You go first. I'll go after you. We'll
I'd
just see
love to
how
go
it
to
happens.
space. Oh, I would love to, just for a minute, just 60 seconds,
Yeah.
true weightlessness to break the atmosphere. Oh my god, it'd be amazing.
A lot of people our age, of course, will remember this. Michael Jackson's hair caught fire while filming a Pepsi commercial in January after pyrotechnics went off too close to him. He suffered serious scalp burns, and the incident would have lasting consequences for Jackson. Hulkamania exploded into the mainstream when Hulk Hogan defeated the Iron Sheik at Madison Square Garden on January 23rd to win the WWF Championship. The
I
victory
tell you, Hulk Hogan, Hulk Hogan, you dog, you pig.
I watched that live with my whole family. I mean,
Iron
we were
Sheik's the best.
invested. Oh
Best
yeah, we
easy.
were so into WWF. Like it was a family event.
the
Every
best,
single
man.
one.
It's so
Yeah,
fun.
the WrestleManias and all that. Yeah.
Male
Were
soap
you-
opera. It's great.
The victory helped launch professional wrestling's enormous national boom during the mid-1980s. This hasn't aged well. The Cosby Show debuted in September and rapidly became one of television's biggest hits, eventually dominating American television ratings during much of the decade. Miami Vice debuted,
Yes.
destroying a Ferrari or Porsche in every episode, bringing a radically different visual style to network television with pastel clothing, contemporary pop music, exotic cards, and a cinematic look.
I don't think there's a TV show on the planet that had more actors and actresses get their first or second, third shot. Like every episode has someone you recognize. Like look up Ben Stiller, Miami Vice. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
I have not. I will look that up because now
Yeah.
I'm very curious.
Yeah.
Phil made me put this one in as it's his all-time favorite, I guess. Murder, She Wrote debuted with Angela Lansbury as mystery writer Jessica Fletcher and became one of television's longest-running crime dramas.
I was a Matlock or Columbo guy.
Oh,
Just
Columbo.
one more question.
The other major television shows that year included Dynasty Dallas, 60 Minutes, Family Ties,
Yes.
The A-Team, Simon and Simon, Knots Landing, Cagney and Lacey, Cheers, Hill Street Blues, Magnum P.I. I was a big Magnum P.I. guy.
Oh,
I always wanted two Dobermans, Zeus and Apollo, like Thomas Magnum had.
I like this little sidekick guy. He looked like Mean Gene's brother, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Bald with
I
the
hardly
mustache.
remember that. Then, of course, The Love Boat and A Knight Rider. Ghostbusters became one of the defining movies of the decade, starring Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, and Ernie Hudson, and producing the enormously popular Ray Parker Jr. theme song.
One of the greatest movies of all time.
Yep.
There's a great like Bill Simmons rewatchables on Ghostbusters, and I hadn't thought of this, but it really was the first movie to completely embrace like merchandising and pop culture. Remember Ghostbuster lunchboxes, Ghostbusters everything at that time when the little like the ghost with the circle in the line
I
through.
remember
it was everywhere.
Ghostbusters 2 and McDonald's. Ghostbusters 2 had a lot of McDonald's stuff. I really
Oh, okay.
wanted.
Yeah.
That was my Halloween costume. I was a Ghostbuster. Yep.
Oh.
I made it myself, like made the pack and the whole thing and got the jumpsuit.
Were you Winston? Winston?
I just
Probably
generic,
not.
generic Ghostbuster. There was none of that.
Don't
Silly-
cross the streams, Ray. Don't cross the
Yes,
streams.
don't cross the streams.
Beverly Hills Cop turned Eddie Murphy into one of Hollywood's biggest movie stars and introduced audiences to Detroit detective Axel Foley. See, here's what I'm talking about like with movies. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom brought Harrison
Kalima.
Ford.
Kalima, Jacques
Yeah.
Dide.
There's not big movies anymore because it's all on streaming services. So it's all fast, quick hitters, and it's just not like it used to be. It just isn't.
So Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom brought Harrison Ford back as Indiana Jones and helped lead to the creation of the PG-13 movie rating.
Yeah,
I never knew this.
Should have not been PG-13.
Because parents and critics believed movies such as Temple of Doom and Gremlins were too intense for a standard PG rating.
The 80s and 90s was a nightmare for can we call those 2 decades the decades of parents feeling so good about themselves for being in control of their children? Remember the leashes with the nuts. I don't know. I don't think parenting was good. In the 80s and
I was not
90s.
allowed to have a CD with the parental advisory.
Yeah,
rating on it.
nothing. I mean,
Oh yeah, so
about
many
me and
shows
Dave?
I wasn't
We were in
allowed to
cult.
watch. Like so many, we'd be like watching them, and then we'd hear the footsteps. I was like, "Oh, change the channel."
every friggin' 80s and 90s movie has a sex scene. Oh my god!
We weren't allowed to watch MTV. Like that was just a total no MTV
Yeah,
for
it's-
you. Yeah, there was so many things we couldn't watch.
Okay, I'm going to keep going on movies, but I'm already going to declare 1984 as the greatest year ever in movie history. We've started with Ghostbusters, Beverly Hills Cop, Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom. The Karate Kid debuted, introducing audiences to Daniel LaRusso, Mr. Miyagi, and the famous wax on, wax off training sequence. Footloose, starring Kevin Bacon, became both a box office and soundtrack phenomenon. Gremlins blended comedy, fantasy, and horror and turned Gizmo into one of the decade's most recognizable movie characters.
And a holiday movie. Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Terminator introduced Arnold Schwarzenegger as seemingly unstoppable cyborg assassin and gave movie audiences the famous line, "I'll be back."
James Cameron's Canadian. Just want to throw that out too.
A Nightmare on Elm Street introduced Freddy Krueger and launched one of the biggest horror franchises of the 1980s. Police Academy became a surprise comedy smash and spawned a long-running movie franchise, about 19.
Yeah,
sequels.
it's still going, I think.
Yeah. 16 Candles, it helped establish John Hughes as one of the defining filmmakers of the 1980s teenage culture. And then one of my favorites of all time, This Is Spinal Tap, debuted, creating one of cinema's most influential mockumentaries and giving pop culture the immortal amplifier joke about turning things up to 11. That's a pretty solid list of movies.
Yeah, you're not going to get that anymore. That's for sure.
Other notable movie releases, we'll keep going. Purple Rain. I mean, if you're a Minnesotan, the music's better than the movie there. Romancing the Stone.
Ooh, Michael Douglas.
Yeah. The Natural. Great sports movie.
Such a good movie. Phil?
Paul Newman?
With
Yeah,
the
I think so.
baseball? Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen The Natural. I watched it with my
You've
grandpa.
never seen The Natural?
I know I've seen it's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Splash.
But you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it beginning to end as an adult. No.
Okay. Well, tonight.
Splash with Daryl Hannah. Right?
Yeah.
That's such a ridiculous concept. It would never fly today.
No.
Revenge of the Nerds. Red Dawn.
Oh,
Starman, The Last Starfighter, Once Upon a Time in America, Amadeus. I think that was like a big, Oscar type movie. Places in the Heart.
No, Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Yeah. Places in the Heart, Killing Fields, Conan the Destroyer, and Star Trek 3: The Search for Spock.
Killing Fields is that changes you if you watch that movie.
I've never seen it, but I probably wouldn't. Yeah.
You won't. Don't watch it.
Prince dominated popular music in 1984 with the release of Purple Rain. The album and movie transformed him into one of the biggest stars in the world. When Doves Cry was Billboard's #1 song of 1984, while Prince also scored a #1 with Let's Go Crazy. Tina Turner completed one of the greatest comebacks in music history with What's Love Got to Do With It, which became one of the year's biggest songs and her first solo #1 hit. Bruce Springsteen released Born in the USA, which became one of the decade's defining albums and eventually produced 7 top 10 singles. Madonna released Like a Virgin and rapidly emerged as one of the pop culture's biggest stars. The title track reached #1 late in the year and remained there into 1985. Did you guys see the World Cup final game that she was one of the music performers?
Yes. Yep. With 8 other people.
Yeah. I mean, she looks all right for almost 7. It's 65, something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Van Halen released 1984 in January, featuring Jump, Panama, Hot for Teacher, I'll Wait. Jump became the band's only #1 single in the United States.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Did you say Jump?
Yeah.
Jump.
Worst song on the face.
Yeah,
of
I'm
the
not.
planet.
1984 is not the best. Van Hagar, right?
Yeah.
So bad.
Was
And
number one.
So popular.
Yeah,
I know.
I
It's
don't-
terrible. Jump.
Are you guys more Eddie or
David Lee Roth all
David
the
Lee
way.
Roth.
Now jump.
Yeah, like no comparison.
Yeah. Cyndi Lauper became one of MTV's biggest new stars with Girls Just Want to Have Fun and Time After Time. Wham! Broke through.
Josh is scared.
Wham broke through internationally behind George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley. Yeah, that's like one of the funniest things. Like, if I would say probably 75% of the people that know the band, that name the band Wham, can name George Michael, but not the other guy.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
I didn't even. There's two guys. I thought Wham was George Michael.
No.
Oh, I didn't even know there's two of them.
Yeah, see, there you go. Proves the point. Bon Jovi released its self-titled debut album, beginning the band's rise towards becoming one of the biggest rock acts of the decade. Metallica released its second album, Ride the Lightning, on July 27, 1984, featuring For Whom the Bell Tolls, Fade to Black, Creeping Death, and the title track. The album represented an enormous musical leap from Kill 'Em All and helped establish Metallica as one of thrash metal's most important bands. Other enormous songs of 1984 included Say, 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 Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. Footloose, of course, by Kenny Loggins. Against All Odds, Phil Collins. We said Jump, Van Halen. It's so ridiculous, but one of my favorite songs ever. Hello by Lionel Richie. Owner of a Lonely Heart by Yes. Ghostbusters by Ray Parker Jr. Karma Chameleon by Culture Club. Missing You, John Waite. Dancing in the Dark, Bruce Springsteen. Time After Time, Cyndi Lauper. The Reflex, Duran Duran. Wake Me Up Before You Go Go. Wham! Like a Virgin by Madonna. I Just Called to Say I Love You by Stevie Wonder. I can't believe those. I would have thought that was before 1984. Mm-hmm. Sister Christian by Night Ranger.
Some bad music there, man.
Round and Round by Rat and Panama by Van Halen. Billboard's year-end ranking had When Doves Cry, What's Love Got to Do With It, Say, 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 Footloose, and Against All Odds as the 5 biggest singles of the year. Major albums dominating the year included Thriller, Still, Sports, Cancel It Down, Innocent Man, Colored by Numbers, 1984, Eliminator, Synchronicity, and the Footloose soundtrack. In sports, the Edmonton Oilers defeated the New York Islanders in 5 games to win the 1984 Stanley Cup, ending the Islanders' run of 4 consecutive championships and beginning Edmonton's dynasty. The series was one of the NHL's clearest passing of the torch moments. The Islanders had swept Edmonton in the final just 1 year earlier, but this time Wayne Gretzky and the Oilers overwhelmed the defending champions. Gretzky won the Conn Smythe Trophy after producing 35 points in 19 playoff games. That's it. Gretzky had another absurd regular season with 87 goals, 118 assists for 205 points, becoming the first player in NHL history to surpass 200 points in a single season. Gretzky won his 5th consecutive Hart Trophy as NHL MVP. Will that ever happen again?
Maybe.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
Edmonton featured one of the greatest collections of offensive talent ever assembled, including Gretzky, Mark Messier, Yari Curry, Glenn Anderson, and Paul Coffey. Coffey scored 40 goals as a defenseman, an extraordinary total that foreshadowed the 48-goal NHL record he would establish 2 seasons later.
Wow, did not know that. I just thought he was a really good skater.
The Oilers' championship began a run in which Edmonton would win 5 Stanley Cups in 7 seasons from 1984 to 1990. The LA Raiders destroyed the defending champion Washington Redskins 38-9 in Super Bowl 18. Raiders running back Marcus Allen produced one of the signature plays in Super Bowl history, reversing a field on a broken running play and racing 74 yards for a touchdown. Allen finished with the then Super Bowl record 191 rushing yards and was named MVP. The Boston Celtics defeated the Los Angeles Lakers in 7 games to win the NBA championship, renewing one of professional sports' greatest rivalries. Michael Jordan was selected 3rd overall by the Chicago Bulls in the 1984 draft, behind Hakeem Olajuwon and, of course, Sam Bowie.
I was a huge Boston Celtics fan. Huge. Yeah. Wait, it was funny because I grew up here and I hated the Lakers as a kid. Hated them. My favorite player was Larry Bird, and so I was all Boston Celtics. Yep.
Portland drafted Sam Bowie. He was a big center ahead of Michael Jordan.
I probably would have went with Michael.
Yeah.
retrospect.
You know, hindsight's 2020. I guess.
I love that
That one
movie,
was-
that Nike movie where they talk about I forget who is that. Matt Damon in that. They talk about Michael Jordan's shoe, the Air Jordan. Oh, it's
Right.
such a great movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
where he
making
does the endorsement.
that is a good movie.
Yeah.
Excellent movie. Yeah.
That wasn't too long ago, right? Like within last year or
It
two. or
came out
something?
with the Tetris movie. The
like-
Air Jordan and the Tetris. There's two movies that came out: the Game Boy and the Air Jordan. Look
Yeah.
'em up.
No, I
They're
think it
both
came
great.
out like 6 or 7 years ago. I think
Okay.
it's just
You're
Time
stop
box.
interrupting, Josh. Go ahead, Josh.
The Detroit Tigers defeated the San Diego Dads in 5 games to win the World Series. Detroit started the season an incredible 35-5 and led the American League East from wire to wire. Shortstop Alan Trammell, haven't heard that name in a long time, was named World Series MVP. Tigers closer Willie Hernandez won both the American League MVP and the Cy Young Award. Closer.
San Diego wasn't the Padres.
The Dads,
Always?
yeah, San Diego Dads.
San
Padres
Diego
dad
Dads?
is
Fr-
in Spanish. In
That's what-
Spanish,
Padre is
Padre is
father?
dad.
Yeah.
Padre is father.
Oh, I didn't know that. No
So,
bueno,
like-
no bueno. Okay.
Yeah, so like colloquially, you can call, we call them the San Diego Dads.
yeah. I thought Padres like, hey, paisan, like, hey, what's up, buddy?
Oh, it's
No.
Hey, Padre.
Madre is mother.
Madre,
Padre is
Padre.
The 1984 Summer Olympics were held in LA, returning the games to the United States for the first time since 1932. It's crazy.
Wow.
American sprinter Carl Lewis won 4 gold medals, matching Jesse Owens' famous 4 gold performance from the 1936 Olympics. Mary Lou Retton became one of the first American women to win Olympic all-around gymnastics gold medals, scoring perfect 10s in her final 2 events and becoming one of the game's biggest stars. Like, she was like in marketing for the rest of the decade here in the
Yeah,
United States. Everything was Mary Lou Retton.
I can't wait till 1988. See who won that gold medal in the Olympics. I don't care that he got caught. Everyone got caught. Carl Lewis is just as big of a cheater.
Oh, is that Brian Johnson?
Ben
Johnson? Ben
Yeah.
Johnson, yeah.
Ben Johnson.
Michael Jordan helped lead the United States men's basketball team to the Olympic gold medal before beginning his NBA career at the Winter Olympics, which were held the same year in Sarajevo. American skier Bill Johnson became the first American man to win the Olympic downhill gold. John McEnroe had one of the greatest tennis seasons of the Open era, winning Wimbledon and the U.S. Open, finishing the year with an 82-3 singles record.
Wow, that's impressive.
I wish there was a guy like him that just like you would be like a John McEnroe, Phil.
Definitely, he would be.
I like tennis. Like running on a ping pong table.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Martina Navratilova continued her remarkable dominance, winning the French Open, Wimbledon, U.S. Open. Doug Flutie, there's a Canadian-American tie-in, won the Heisman Trophy at Boston College, produced one of the most famous plays in college football history with his last-second Hail Mary defeated Miami in November. BYU finished undefeated and won the national championship, the program's first and only major college football national title.
Can we pause? Aren't a lot of our listeners Canadian? No Canadian's going to care if BYU won something. I just want to say you're being very American
but
right
I
now.
thought that there's college football fans, though.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
for
We'll
sure.
see in the comments. I'm sure you'll respond to all of them. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, when
American-centric.
college sports in Canada become popular, we'll talk about them for sure.
Don't diss my Cougars, Philip.
Don't diss my Cougars.
My
I love
BYU
them more than
Cougars.
you.
That's Rebecca's alma mater. Show some respect.
Okay.
Put some respect on that name.
That's right.
All right, almost done. Marvelous Marvin Hager remained undisputed middleweight champion, continuing on Boxing's great championship reigns. And Larry Holmes remained heavyweight champion, extending an undefeated professional record that was beginning to approach Rocky Marciano's famous 49-0 mark. And lastly, in 1984, Phil Esposito was elected to the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Philip.
Philip Anthony Esposito was born in 1942 and is currently 84 years young. Born in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. One of my favorite names to say ever. I don't know why. Sault Ste. Marie. It's fun. Esposito was a left shot center, played hockey at 6'1", 205 pounds. A career that lasted from 1963 until 1981. Esposito played for 3 teams: the Chicago Blackhawks, Boston Bruins, and New York Rangers. In 1,282 career NHL games, Esposito produced 717 goals. It's a lot. 873 assists for 1,590 points and 910 penalty minutes. In 130 playoff games, he scored 61 goals, totaled 137 points with 138 penalty minutes. Phil was a 5-time Art Ross Trophy winner, a 2-time Hart Memorial Trophy winner, led the NHL in scoring 6 different seasons, was selected as an NHL first All-Star team selection 6 times, an NHL second All-Star team selection 2 times, a 2-time Lester B. Pearson Award winner. We won 2 Stanley Cups in 1970 and 1972, and his number 7 was retired by the Boston Bruins in 1987. Phil Esposito has had a storied post-playing career in hockey as well. He was the general manager of the New York Rangers and one of the founders and general manager of the Tampa Bay Lightning, helped bring hockey to Florida. He still has a role with the team. I think he's like vice president of shaking hands at games or something like that.
Yeah. Networking.
Yeah. And has also spent time as a broadcaster. Why you should care about Phil Esposito? Well, he grew up in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, and his path to the NHL was not that of an obvious future superstar. He was big, somewhat heavy-footed, and not considered a beautiful skater. What he did understand remarkably well was where goals came from. Like where babies come from. Esposito later created Bobby Hull with teaching him one of the most important lessons of his career. Think of the area from the face-off dots down to the net as a funnel. Hull's advice was essentially to get into that funnel and shoot first, pass second. Esposito carried that philosophy for the rest of his career. He broke into the NHL with the Chicago Blackhawks in 1963-64, joining a loaded club featuring Hull, Stan Mikita. Chicago initially used him more as a playmaker than a stationary slot sniper he would become in Boston. Esposito recalled his modest goal when entered the 6-team NHL was to simply score 20 goals in a season, which he compared to hitting 300 in baseball. He reached at least 20 in each of his 3 full seasons in Chicago. I would say that hitting 300 in baseball is more of an achievement than scoring 20 goals in the NHL, isn't it?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, now for sure, especially in the home run era, like everyone's trying to swing for the fences, so the averages are down.
Chicago was also where Esposito learned that conditioning standards and his body type were never going to be a comfortable marriage. The Blackhawks wanted him around 195 pounds and fined him $10 for every pound he was over.
Fatso.
Esposito said it was common to find $30 or $40 missing from his paycheck.
Was he was the original Phil Kessel? Is that what you're saying?
Training camp was their getting ready for the season, right? It wasn't the summer, it was training camp.
Oh, they were like bagging groceries and working at the steel mill and the post office in the summer, I think. He remembered practically starving himself to make weight, even though he naturally played much better well over 200 pounds. Teammate Elmer Moose Vasco once dragged him into the sauna before a weigh-in, carrying a case of beer, and explained that beer was somehow going to help them dehydrate. Sports science back in the 1960s.
Yes.
Playing behind Stan Mikita at center limited Esposito's opportunity in Chicago. He was productive, 23 goals, 53 points in 1966-67, but the Blackhawks did not view him as an indispensable star. On May 15, 1967, Chicago sent Esposito, Ken Hodge, and Fred Stanfield to Boston for Pitt Martin, Gilles Marot, and Jack Norris. It became one of the most famously lopsided trades in NHL history. Boston had finished last, but suddenly had Esposito joining a young Bobby Orr and the nucleus of a team about to explode. The trade almost never paid off because Esposito briefly considered walking away from hockey. He had a wife and a young daughter and told Bruins general manager Milt Schmidt that he wanted $12,000 or he could make comparable money working in the steel plant back in Sault Ste. Marie.
Wow.
Schmidt eventually worked out a deal heavy on performance bonuses. Esposito even bargained the goal bonuses downward, telling Schmidt to start paying him at 20 goals. Schmidt reminded him that he already scored 20 before. Esposito's response was essentially start there anyway. He wound up scoring 35 his first year in Boston and collected all the bonuses.
Nice.
Bruins coach Harry Sinman immediately changed the way Esposito played. At his first Boston training camp, Sinman told them that Bruins would give him wingers who would retrieve the puck and that Esposito's job was to become their scorer and live around the slot. It was a perfect marriage of a player and system. Esposito later said that in Chicago, the center often distributed the puck to his wings. In Boston, the wings went in the corners, got the puck to him. His production jumped instantly to 35 goals, 4 points in 1967-68, and Boston reached the playoffs for the first time in 9 years. Esposito also became one of the emotional leaders of the rapidly improving Bruins. After Boston was eliminated from the 1968 playoffs, he pulled Sinden aside and confidently predicted that the Bruins were going to win the Stanley Cup within 3 years. He was off by one. They won it in 1970. Teammates remembered Esposito constantly pushing the group to believe in itself. One recollection credited him with going around training camp telling players that if they stuck together, they could make the playoffs, saying the Bruins eventually became like a team of brothers. On March 2nd, 1969, Esposito did something no NHL player had ever done. He scored twice against Pittsburgh to become the first player in league history to reach 100 points in a season. He didn't barely get there. He finished with 49 goals, 77 assists and 126 points, obliterating the previous NHL scoring record and winning his first Art Ross trophy. The 100-point season, commonplace during later offensive eras, was almost unimaginable at the time. Esposito's success was built around an almost obsessive willingness to occupy the ugliest parts of the ice. Rangers defenseman Brad Park, one of the best defenders of the era, gave perhaps the perfect description of trying to move him from the slot. Checking Esposito was like trying to move 220 pounds of dog dirt. Park explained that Esposito positioned himself just far enough from the crease that defensemen struggled to move him, but close enough that forwards covering the points could not get down on him. It was less spectacular than a Bobby Hall rush, but brutally effective. The Bruins finally broke through in 1970, defeating St. Louis for their first Stanley Cup since 1941. Boston's famous championship image of Bobby Orr flying through the air after scoring the overtime winner in Game 4, but Esposito was the offensive centerpiece of the team that reached that moment. Looking back decades later, he described the Bruins group simply as the perfect time, perfect place, and perfect team. The following season became Esposito's masterpiece. In 1970-71, he scored an NHL record 76 goals with 76 assists for 152 points. He became the first player to score 60 goals and then the first to reach 70. He had 7 hat tricks, 24 power play goals, and 16 game-winning goals while averaging more than 7 shots per game.
He bent the game to his will. He just did what he wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On 15 occasions, he fired at least 10 shots on goal. The 76 goal record stood until Wayne Gretzky scored 92 in 1981-82. Esposito, Ken Hodge, and Wayne Cashman became one of the most punishing scoring lines in NHL history. In 1970-71, they combined for 336 points. Esposito with 152, Hodge with 105, and Cashman with 79. While the Rangers had the glamorous gag line, Esposito decided his group needed a name too. He jokingly christened them the Fat Line. Esposito said all three were well over the weights listed in the official guide, with Hodge the fattest, himself second, and Cashman third. It's amazing.
He's Italian, man. He eats his pasta and his breads. He as a Greek, if I eat pasta once a week, I'd be 220 pounds too.
Despite producing arguably the greatest regular season any NHL team had seen to that point, the 70-71 Bruins were upset by Montreal in the first round. Boston had gone 57-14-7 and set dozens of records, but rookie Canadiens goalie Ken Dryden helped eliminate them in 7 games. It became one of Esposito's great lessons about the difference between dominating a regular season and surviving the playoffs. Boston had rewritten the record book and still watched somebody else lift the cup. Well, it's kind of the same couple years ago, right? When they set a regular season record and didn't make didn't win the cup as well. Esposito answered that disappointment with another enormous season and a second Stanley Cup in 1971-72. He scored 66 goals, 133 points, and again led the NHL in both categories. Boston defeated the Rangers in 6 games in the final, with Orr winning the Conn Smythe. Esposito later laughed about how ridiculous expectations had become after his 76-goal season, when he followed up with only 66 goals. A Boston newspaper described him as being in a slump.
Like Matthews last year or 2 years ago. He had a bad year. He only scored 43 goals or something. I'm like, yeah, he's terrible. He's a terrible player.
The 1972 Summit Series transformed Esposito from an NHL superstar into a Canadian folk hero. Canada's NHL stars expected to handle the Soviet Union fairly comfortably, only to be stunned 7-3 in Game 1 and leave 4 Canadian games with a 1-2-1 record. Esposito emerged as the emotional center of Team Canada. He later admitted the Canadians had badly underestimated the Soviets. They knew virtually nothing about how they fit, where they were, or how they played, and had done nowhere near enough preparation. After Canada was booed following its 5-3 Game 4 loss in Vancouver, Esposito gave one of the most famous unscripted interviews in Canadian sports history. Exhausted and furious, he defended his teammates and told the country that players were disappointed too, but they were trying. The speech became symbolic of the series. Interestingly, Brad Park later said the players themselves did not even hear it at the time. Park believed what truly changed Team Canada was getting away from home in Sweden, where the players only had each other and finally became a unified team. I mean, is that speech really that famous for
Yes,
you?
incredibly famous. It was Phil Esposito's big, tough, strong. I mean, you explained it pretty well, and it was a plea. It was it showed a very strong man kind of pleading to his country. Listen, we're doing our best. I mean, we got smoked. Something I know this about Esposito. He was a beast for Team Canada. He was the best player in the tournament for Team Canada. He got 7 or how many games did they play? 8. So he only got 7 goals. He was almost a goal a game. He was the Team Canada's first goal scorer in game 1 within a minute. Things a Canadian would know. He is synonymous with the Summit Series. You can't think of Summit Series without not thinking of Phil.
Yeah. Esposito had an unusual family subplot through the Summit Series because Canada's other major star was his younger brother, Tony Esposito. Phil later said Tony had initially been reluctant to participate and that he essentially forced his brother into it, deciding to play himself. Years afterward, Phil went so as far to say that without Tony's goaltending, Canada would have lost the series. The brothers had grown up dragging their equipment to an outdoor rink in Sault Ste. Marie on a toboggan. Now they were representing their country together in perhaps the biggest hockey event Canada had ever experienced. Esposito saved his best hockey for the decisive games in Moscow. Canada entered Game 8 needing a victory and trailed 5-3 entering the third period. Esposito refused to come off the ice for long stretches. He scored to make it 5-4, assisted on Yvan Cournoyer's tying goal, and then helped set up Paul Henderson's winner with 34 seconds remaining. Esposito finished the deciding game with 2 goals, 2 assists, and led every player in the 8-game series with 13 points. He later said that during that third period was simply no way I was going to lose. His Summit Series experience also changed how Esposito viewed longtime NHL enemies. Training and playing with Canadian stars such as Yvan Cournoyer, Guy Lapointe, and Serge Savard gave him a new appreciation for why Montreal won so often. Esposito later said he thought the world of Cournoyer, called Lapointe a great guy, and admired Savard because he wanted to win at any cost. Even Flyers captain Bobby Clarke, one of Boston's nastiest opponents, earned Esposito's ultimate compliment. He would take Clarke on his own team anytime, any place, anywhere. Esposito continued to own the NHL scoring race after the Summit Series. From 1968-69 through 73-74, he won 5 Art Ross trophies in 6 seasons and led the league in goals 6 consecutive years from 1969-70 through 1974-75. He won his second Hart Trophy in 73-74 after scoring 68 goals and totaling 145 points. During his Boston prime, the question was not whether Esposito would score 100 points. It was often how far beyond 100 he would go. His relationship with Bobby Orr was central to all of it. Esposito readily called Orr the greatest hockey player in the world, and Orr's ability to carry the puck, draw defenders, and create chaos was perfect for a center whose instinct was to find open ice near the net. Esposito understood that many of his goals were the final touch on plays Bobby Orr had created. Their partnership produced 2 cups and some of the greatest offensive teams in NHL history. Then came the shock. On November 7th, 1975, Boston traded Esposito and Carol Vadnais to the hated New York Rangers for Jean Rattel, Brad Park, and Joe Zanussi. Esposito had led the NHL in goals each of the previous 6 seasons and considered himself thoroughly a Bruin. He later admitted, "It took me probably a year to accept I wasn't part of the Boston Bruins anymore." It remains one of the biggest trades involving established stars in NHL history. His return to Boston as a Ranger on December 11, 1975 was emotionally bizarre. New York won 5-1 and Esposito had 2 assists, but he still instinctively interacted with his former teammates. During a later game, Rangers coach John Ferguson saw Esposito chatting on the ice with Wayne Cashman, who had been Esposito's roommate for 8 years and remained one of his closest friends. Ferguson punched Esposito hard in the back and ordered him no talking to the opposition.
Yeah.
It was a sharp reminder that his old teammates were now supposed to be enemies. Esposito never reproduced the absurd Boston numbers in New York, but reinvented himself as a veteran leader of a younger Rangers club. After Rod Gilbert's retirement, Esposito became captain and played alongside emerging players such as Ron Greschner, Ron Duguay, and the Maloney brothers, as well as former WHA stars Anders Hedberg and Ulf Nilsson. The Rangers credited Esposito as an inspirational leader as the franchise rebuilt itself into a contender. One of his most satisfying later career moments came in 1979 when the Rangers upset the heavily favored New York Islanders in 6 games to reach the Stanley Cup final. Esposito was 37 years old, but remained a central figure on a team that had no business on paper beating the rising Islanders dynasty. The Rangers eventually lost to Montreal in 5 games, leaving Esposito with the unusual career resume of 2 Stanley Cups in Boston, followed by 1 final shot at another championship while captaining New York. That same spring produced a wonderfully personal Boston moment. On March 15, 1979, nearly 4 years after his Bruins traded him away, Esposito returned to Boston Garden as a Ranger and scored 4 goals against his former team. By then, the bitterness had softened, but the performance offered one last reminder to Boston what its former goal-scoring machine could still do. Late in his career, Esposito encountered the teenager who would eventually erase nearly all of his scoring records. His father had already warned him about a skinny kid playing junior hockey in Sault Ste. Marie named Wayne Gretzky. When Esposito finally faced Gretzky in the NHL, he remembered beating the 18-year-old cleanly on faceoffs and thinking the kid wasn't very impressive there. Then he watched Gretzky process the game. Esposito said he had never seen another player who seemed to know what you were going to do with the puck before you did it yourself. It was the old record holder recognizing the player who was about to redefine offense all over again. Esposito retired during the 1980-81 season with 717 goals, 873 assists, 1,590 points, and 1,282 NHL games. He had been the first NHL player to 100 points in a season, the first to 60 and 70 goals, a 5-time scoring champion, a 6-time goal-scoring leader, a 2-time Hart Trophy winner, and a 2-time Stanley Cup champion. But when Esposito later looked back on everything accomplished as a player, he separated the Summit Series from the rest. The NHL was his profession. 1972, he said, was playing with emotion for my country. It wasn't my job. It was for my country.
That's very important, how you ended that, because the Russians were a better team on the ice, right? They were a better team on the ice. They played hockey as a unit. They were better conditioned. They should have won, but our heart and soul, that is what won. They're Taraslov, or he said something similar to that. We beat them with our will. Man, Phil led the charge.
I remember a few years ago, Mitch Grotman, a friend of the show and Cup guy, who I think is a big Phil Esposito guy, had brought this fact to my attention, and I'll kind of pose the question, maybe to you, Dave, but probably more to you, Phil, as a Canadian. Why the heck does this guy not have a bigger hobby market? It's the most baffling.
I don't know. I don't know. What was he, 7th or 8th in scoring of all time? Yeah. It's crazy.
I was kind of looking, as you were doing that, I was kind of looking through my my collection, my Phil Esposito. I actually only have 2 cards of his. I have the all-time Future Watch auto, but I have this really sick. It's a honorable numbers. So it's dual. It's Ray Bourque and Phil Esposito. One of my favorite cards of my collection. The autos and the patches are insane. Yeah, and I was looking at it. I bought it for $160.
Yeah, that's criminal. That's crazy.
It's insane when you're talking about like. Yeah,
there can't be a more underappreciated player in the hobby. There just can't.
Yeah, he's up. He's got to be the lead. I mean, maybe it's the Boston thing, but I mean, Phil is he's as Canadian as it comes. I mean, he's a beautiful Canadian Italian man. Or
is it the Bobby Orr thing, like the McDavid Draisaitl sort of like, one can be
Bobby
the star
Orr
and the other
took
one
the
takes a
Thunder.
I
back
wasn't
seat.
born. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. His brother doesn't have. I mean, I don't know. His brother Tony was a good goalie too, but I don't know much about his brother. I know he played really well for Canada. That was good. I don't know how he did in Chicago. I don't know if he was an elite or not.
I just look, you look at the 717 goals, which is like crazy in of itself, but it's hard for me to, and probably Dave too, to fully understand this. But from everything I've learned from doing this show, the Summit Series is one of the biggest sports events in Canadian history.
Probably the biggest. I
And-
can't think of anything bigger.
And for him to be the hero of that, and again, so you add that to his NHL production, it seemed like it'd be a slam dunk for him to be.
So Paul Henderson is more famous in the Summit Series than Phil Esposito because he scored the goal.
He scored the
know
goal.
what's funny?
I got you.
Who shot the puck? Who shot the puck? Phil did. And then Paul did, and then Paul got his own rebound, something like that. But Phil started that whole sequence.
But we also talk about, how hobby markets are decided. And a lot of times you look at players who score a lot of points, more points than games played or whatever, but then goals matter. When you're comparing a really big assist guy to a really big goal guy, the goal guy always wins. He's always the bigger chase. And so it's a head scratcher because how many points he had per game, it was, more goals. And you just kind of scratch your head going, what happened where you would think he would have a stronger hobby market.
I thought of something else too. So when I was all heavily into cards as a kid and watching hockey as a kid, maybe it's a bit of this. Esposito was always on ESPN and TSN. Always. Why? Because he was the GM and he was loud. He was boisterous. Maybe somewhere like when you see something so often, you kind of just take it for granted. Maybe if he was just like less seen, I don't know. And then the Tampa thing, like I didn't like that as a Sens fan, right? Like Phil Esposito, always Tampa. And they were a year before, or no, they were the same year as us, and San Jose was the year. So he got a little not American, but I kind of forgot he was Canadian after a while in a weird way.
Get
you wonder
Americanized.
playing for different teams too, like Bobby Orr just played for Boston. He shuffled around between a few.
You're forgetting
teams.
Blackhawks legend Bobby Orr? Come on, Dave.
Oh, did he play for the
Like
Blackhawks?
16 games or something.
Oh,
2
okay.
years,
Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry. I didn't know that.
No,
but-
his body was done at that point.
Really.
yeah.
His hair
So
was long, he
anyways,
was a hippie,
like
it doesn't matter.
he played for 3 different teams. And so, we know what happens to people's markets and hobby markets. And when they bounce around, then generally,
But he's a Bruin. No, I'm not gonna agree. He's a Bruin in everybody's eyes. He's got a great autograph. I'd say it's more mystery than answer. I don't think any of our answers are good. None of them. I think it's more of a mystery. We need Shaggy and Scooby on it. Yeah. Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly don't think you can name a player that found it.
Maybe when he
There it
dies,
is.
which is horrible to say, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, everyone's like, "Oh, your Alfredson cards are going to go up when he gets in the Hall of Fame." Yeah, nothing happened. Jerk.
He is 12th all time today in points and 7th in goals. Ahead of him are O.V. Gretzky, Gordie Howe, Yager, Hull, and Marcel Dion.
Well, there's another one, Marcel Dion.
Yeah,
no.
but Esposito's got a couple of cups. Dion doesn't. So that makes
That's
sense,
true.
right?
That's
That
a very
makes
good. That's a very good point.
Well, it's kind of funny. You look at the top 10 goal scorers in NHL history, and you've got like 4 of them that don't really have super huge hobby markets. You have Mike Gartner, number 8
Ottawa.
Yeah.
Born in
all
Ottawa.
time. Well, I mean, even like Mark Messier, who's like, I call him the ultimate hobby buddy because all his big cards are like, Messier,
They're
Gretzky,
attached.
Otto.
Yeah.
Very few, just like Mark Messier cards on his own.
Does anybody chat? Let us know in the comments. And are you? Is anyone a hardcore moose collector like my moose? Mark Messier. I'm curious.
Then you have Esposito and Marcel Dion, which we've talked about, have pretty small hobby. And then I would say even Brett Hull doesn't have that huge of a hobby market.
I'd love to collect him. I really.
So you got half of your top 10 goal scorers of all time. Do goals matter? Coming next
guess
on the
not.
Gong Show.
Sometimes maybe not.
It's all
Okay.
about modern cards, boys. It's all about the modern.
All right, let's take a look quickly at Phil Esposito's hobby market. His rookie card is in the 1965 top set. It's card number 116. The highest selling copy is a PSA 10, sold for $72,455 US in January 2025.
That's bringing in some dough. So maybe we're just looking at the wrong cards.
Yeah, you compare it to Bobby Orr though, and Bobby Orr cards are what 4 times that, right? Like his big rookie cards. Next, I picked a Playing Days card from the 1971 O-Pee-Chee set, card number 20, a PSA 10, highest selling copy, 979 US in July of 2018. Then I went with the later Playing Days card for Phil Esposito. It's from the 1977 O-Pee-Chee set when he was at the Rangers, card number 55.
I like that card.
I do too. Highest public selling copy is a PSA 9, went for 115 US dollars in March 2024. That's an awesome Rangers sweater too.
Yeah.
And lastly, we'll look at an ultra modern Esposito card, and one of my favorites, 2013 Panini Select card number 185, the Black Prism 101, graded PSA 10, sold for $1,740 US dollars this past July.
He doesn't look like a big chunker in these pictures. I mean, maybe a little bit in the New York, but the other ones,
he's got beef. He's a big man. He's a very large man. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that, kids, is your Hockey Hall of Famer, Phil Esposito. There we go. We're going to move on from guys that played a long time ago to kicking off today. We're 10 episodes away from the start of the 2026-27 NHL season. So we're going to start our preview, part number 1. And our topic is, I think, a great place to start. Can Macklin Celebrini possibly, at this point, live up to the hype?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
segment over.
Show's over.
Moving on.
Next segment.
Phil has spoken.
Obviously, the hype is real. So since the start of last season, how many public Celebrini sales do you guys have think sold for more than 1,000 US since the start of last year?
4,000.
A lot. I don't know. Yeah.
2,518, right? Well, but
okay.
so here's the context, though. The context, I think, matters on this. So 2,518 since like the start of the last season for Macklin Celebrini card sales of more than 1,000 US. Comparing to other players, McDavid's about half of that, 1,285 sales. Ovechkin, just 746. Crosby, 656. Bedard, 937, right? So the next big thing, Bedard, about a third of that. Matthew Schaefer, 517. The only player in the NHL with more sales, or NHL player with more sales than Macklin Celebrini, is Wayne Gretzky, who had like 250-ish more with 2,774. Last season, Macklin produced 45 goals and 115 points, played all 82 games, which is pretty awesome, right? We want our superstars to play every game. Very impressive, of course, from year 2. That being said, he's 20 years old. He's played 152 total NHL games in his career. 0 playoff games to this point. Again, the hype is there, as we know, and he appears to have been anointed by just about everyone, from inside the league, outside the league, fans, coaches, teammates, competitors, right, as the next big thing. He's got $1 million card sale, but all of that's in the past. So now we're gearing up for year 3 of the Macklin Celebrini experience. So to me, the key question is like, what has to happen? What does he have to do to live up to the hype, and can he do it? And I think sometimes as collectors, we confuse trajectory with certainty, right? Well, because he did this his first year, and then that his second year, it's a guarantee he'll be amazing in year 3, and which is a big risk point, right? While production to this point certainly points to greatness, it doesn't guarantee it. And we forget too at times that hockey development isn't linear, right? There's injuries, roster construction changes, coaches change, line mates juggle, and those can all create bumps in the road. And who knows, he could have a slump at some point too. And and I think, like, to start this conversation with you guys, there's a concept that I was researching, and I found this nugget about it's hobby related, that players with self-sustaining markets. Do you guys know what that means?
No.
No, not really.
It's players that have like elevated themselves to a point or achieved enough where they could have a terrible year.
Oh, and it just doesn't.
Oh, Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like Sidney Crosby, like Father Time could smack, and we hope it doesn't happen, but smack Crosby in the face, and it does nothing at this point. Like his legacy is already largely written, right? And when you think about, so I spent some time kind of thinking about that concept and players that aren't there where their hobby markets really aren't susceptible to a bad year this year, and I came up with like a handful. Like Crosby, Ovechkin, maybe Patrick Kane. It kind of is what it is at this point, right? You know, it's not the hugest hobby. Or Vasilevsky, maybe. I don't know. Can you guys think of anyone else that if they had a awful 26, 27 where it wouldn't really change much?
Malkin, but no one really collects Malkin anyway.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, because I'm thinking like also like who are the next tier people like Kucherov or Matthews, but Matthews had a big dip in his market when he kind of didn't really do much last year. And
I think Matthews will always have a strong following. Like, as much as I hate to say that, the people that like him, they really do like him. He is an incredible goal scorer. I mean, I would put Matthews on that list myself. I mean, it's gone down. It might go down a bit more, but come on, man. The he's an elite hockey player. It's not really betting on his cards anymore. I mean, he's a good hockey player.
I think the key to that, Phil, like what you're talking about with Austin Matthews in particular, is appreciating him for what he is and not expecting him to be what he's not.
Yeah, he's not. If he never got the C, he'd be a better player. I'm telling you. No one, his agent talked it up or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Right. And so, well, now we're like with Celebrini, we're back to like, you know, the cards have never been worth more. Base cards are. It reminds me of the stay-at-home period a little bit when you could like find like a Tom Brady base card and people would be spending $20 on it on auction sites.
Way past that. I mean, I don't know. I ignored all that, but that's pretty nutty right now, man.
It's crazy, right? And so, you know, we have to like think, well, if you want to like, what do you keep? What do you move at this point, given it's a great time to sell? And then again, what does he have to do to sustain the market? And in a minute, we're going to go through. I did a whole bunch of Instagram polls about Macklin Celebrini, but
isn't this the discussion? We're not discussing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No. But we'll share what other people had to say too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At this point, do you think Macklin Celebrini has to be at or better Connor McDavid level?
Yeah, he's got to be better than Connor.
Yeah. He can't go below him.
Yeah,
as far as like all of the new crop and rookies and, you know, few years under their belt, he has to stay above everybody else to continue for his market to do what it's doing.
Well, he's got to kind of sort of be the best player in the league by far. He's got to be the next Crosby. Is he going to be? Probably not, but he has to be for these prices to even remotely sniff the same prices.
Does he have to be better than McDavid points wise?
Well, I think better. Like he'll never be as skilled as Connor McDavid ever. Right. I mean, I think that's apparent, but I think in totality, he has to be better. Right. So I think by better, it's not is he as fast? Will he be a faster skater? Will he be as skilled? But you have to look at the whole picture, and that's where I would I think defining better, right? Because I think some people will automatically think, well, McDavid will always be more skilled, but that's not enough. I think when you add everything up,
I honestly think he has to continue what he's doing. Minimum 100 points this year. Probably needs to hit 120 points, and the team needs to make the playoffs. Those are the two factors I think he needs to continue.
I would say the playoffs matters the least by far.
Yeah, the points matter more, but you know, here's the other thing. We're looking at, are we at the ceiling, or is there even more room to grow? So what are the things that's going to make more room? You know, he hits 130 points and he makes the playoffs. Then people just continue to go, hog wild, like, oh my gosh, he did even better than last year, and his team made the playoffs and all this stuff. So
he's the type of player to have 4 or 5 point games. He's got that.
Yeah, what okay, I'm being honest here. Is it out of the realm he hits 150 points?
That's a big statement. Yeah, I would say that's not in the realm right now. Yeah,
but it's possible.
If anyone's going to do it, it'd be him.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I think he's going to hit 150 points? No.
I'm uncomfortable giving that type of high praise to a 20-year-old child. I am. I just am. But if someone was going to do it, it'd be the Mac. Yeah.
Well, won't that largely depend on the maturation of his teammates, right? Like if Will Smith or Stenberg or whoever or Michael Misa explodes and really elevates their game, because you're going to need. I don't think he can do 150 on his own.
His line's got to gel no matter what. I mean, that's the end of story. Playoffs, no playoffs. His line has to gel all season.
I think he wasn't there a stat where he was involved on 65% of the team's points or something ridiculous like that last season? It was so, and he was bouncing around with different line mates. So it was kind of like whoever his line mate was, he was making it work.
Yeah, I think very McDavian.
I'll tell you who it wasn't with, William Eklund. William Eklund never played with him. So we'll see what he can do this year.
The sky's the limit for this kid with points out there. If you get a chance to watch highlights, watch the vision of him creating out on the ice. Watch the footwork. Watch the space he creates. He sets up people. He's like this might hurt. He's like a better Patty Kane at setting people up out there on the ice.
Louis, you're American. You're not supposed to say that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm an honest American.
Getting deported now.
But seriously, that's where, he can put the 5 goals in a game, no problem, but he can have the 6-point night just dishing the biscuit and finding an open guy, creating space, drawing people towards him.
You're also going off of what, McDavid and Crosby said about him in the Olympics and McKinnon, right? Like how impressed they were with him for his age and everything. So yeah, I mean, we're still at that unknown. He doesn't score 100 points this year, and it'll be very interesting to see what happens with his hobby market. Like, oh my gosh, Bedard scores 120 and Celebrini only gets 90. Like then
leave Bedard out of this. Bedard's going to get 120 points too.
Well, I'm just saying it'll be very interesting to see what happens this year. I don't see him not matching his totals from last year though. So he still has the pieces.
Bedard's going to fix that shoulder. He's going to come out a champion. Connor Bedard does not know how not to win.
Yeah, but the problem is Bedard's definitely not getting 120 points this year because he's going to be starting a month late into the season. So
is it a month? I thought it was only a couple of weeks.
Up to a month, I think. But if
he's young, man, their kids are like soft and they don't break. They just kind of like bend. They just bend it back. He's fine.
Bend it back.
Yeah, he's not old and brittle like us. He's good.
Just stick it back in the socket.
Bud, you're fine.
we like our measurables, right? We like to compare points because it makes us easiest to understand and compare. But I think too, some of the toughest things to gauge from a fan or hobby perspective are things that are not measurable, like the it factor. He just seems to have whatever that goes up to, he's at the top.
Yeah,
right. And going back to what you said, when you have John Cooper in the Olympics putting a 19-year-old on a line with Connor McDavid and Nathan McKinnon, that's not a stat, but that must say a hell of a lot.
They were trying to win. It wasn't like hey, let's have a feel-good story. It was, we have the best chance of winning with him being on the top line. So, I mean, they did it for a reason. So
how is John Cooper still a head coach at Tampa? I don't understand that. I do not. I love that guy. I'd love to have a beer with him or walk amongst the clouds with him. But yeah.
You cut out, Phil.
I did?
Yeah.
He's a lawyer.
Oh, yeah. Maybe the Maybe the government like came in and muted you or
No,
something.
no,
They were mad.
No, 14 years, squeaky clean, no issues.
Okay.
Pretty boring over here.
Yeah.
You've reached your word limit for the day, buddy.
Is Macklin the face of the NHL right now?
Yes. Yes.
Isn't that crazy?
Him and
Yeah.
Matthew Schaefer. If I was part of the NHL, if I was one of those super savvy, got out of university marketing people that knows everything, I would put all my focus onto Matthew Schaefer and Macklin Celebrini and
Yeah.
Connor Bedard. I
Well,
would put the trifecta in there.
McDavid's the best and the most skilled player in the league, but he's not as marketable as
He's
Schaefer and Celebrini. And,
Well-
he doesn't have the personality and they do. And so,
Okay,
look at
I'll
all the
say it.
videos of Celebrini and Will
listen.
Smith screwing around with
Listen, I'm
Halloween
very
costumes and all
comfortable.
that stuff.
I'm very comfortable in my manliness, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Connor or McDavid's not the most good-looking guy, right? But Macklin's a good-looking kid. So is Matthew Schaefer. So is Connor Bedard. That helps. They have good teeth. They're good complexions, symmetry. They're very
they-
well spoken, especially Schaefer and Celebrini.
They
My
smile, they
goodness.
laugh,
They smile. They're very
they joke
personable.
around.
And now I'm saying all this. It is not up to a hockey player. I firmly believe it's not their responsibility. I mean, it'd be nice if you're a good role model, but it's not your responsibility to be the PR campaign of the NHL. I get it. Connor wants to win a cup. I think a lot changed after that. But they're handsome kids and they're very well spoken. They're clean, isn't that what the NHL wants? Market the shit out of them. Do it. They're great kids, man. And they're phenomenal hockey players, and there are 20 years in our future. There are Crosby, there are Ovechkin. Yeah, look at Ovi. I mean, he's a man bear. He was born out of the woods. Look at him. I love him to death, but yeah.
Well, we've talked about it before, but in my opinion, there's a warmth missing with McDavid, right? That there's,
Well, he's
it's
a
not that he's like a bad looking dude, but he's just like, very like reserved and kind of doesn't put himself out there at all.
I think he is just doesn't give two hoots what anybody. He needs that Stanley Cup, and if in 2 years he just doesn't talk to anybody, I don't blame him. I do not blame him. Yeah.
So all like the big McDavid fans out there, if we say or have the opinion that Macklin Celebrini today is the face of the NHL, and they're like, hold the phone. No. Do they still have a good argument, do you think? Or do you think it's not even close?
They have an argument, but I would not agree with their argument. But I respect their points.
But we're going to be more biased because of the hobby.
Yeah.
If you got people that aren't collecting, that's where you're probably going to get the, no way, he's not the face of the hobby. But for what we see popularity-wise within our hobby, absolutely, he's head cheese right now.
Well, and all this has created crazy expectations, right? Like there's a scenario where he could objectively have a really good season. Like I came up with 42 goals, 94 points. Sharks improved but missed the playoffs. Does his hobby market go down? We're talking a 20-year-old here, because it's not enough to compare to the hype.
It depends how I don't know, man. There's too many subjective variables. Like, how did he get those goals? Are there 5 highlight reel goals? Is he nominated for 2 goals of the year? Did they lose 9 games in a row, but Macklin really helped the team up? Like, we have to wait and see,
Does he stay healthy? I mean, knock on wood, right? Nobody wants that for any player, but that will play a factor too. Okay, so to continue the discussion, I want to bring the audience now into it. We did like a 6-7 different Instagram polls about Macklin Celebrini and the hobby hype and NHL production, what needs to happen. 6-7. I can't wait till that's
All right, I'm leaving.
So for each question, I'm gonna have you guys give your opinions first, and then we'll look at what the voters said and see how the votes turned out to what you guys think. We had a lot of votes, like over 2,000 total votes too on these questions. So that was awesome to see. So question number 1, will Macklin Celebrini score 50 or more goals in 2026-27?
How many did he have last year? Goals?
45.
45. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say he might get 45 again, but I don't know if he's gonna hit 50.
I say yes.
Okay.
So you guys are split, and the vote was split 50, had the exact same number of votes,
Wow.
yes and no.
Look at that.
Not even off it, not even one, so yeah, very, very split there. Question number 2, you guys already alluded to this, so I'm glad we did this question. What matters more for Celebrini's hobby market this year? Individual stats or Sharks winning? So you had to either choose individual stats,
Yeah.
stats or
Individual
Sharks to win.
stats for sure.
Individual stats by a landslide.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, it was pretty convincing. So 61% to 39%, people said individual stats. Number 3, the minimum points Macklin Celebrini needs this year to justify his current hobby market. So I gave 4 options. He has to have a minimum of 100, a minimum of 90, a minimum of 80, or 79 or less. What do you think? What do you guys think personally for
The highest one was 100 plus.
100 plus?
That's
Oh yeah, that's my guess. Yeah, it's
okay.
got to be 100 plus. It can't be lower than that.
Like, if he gets right 100 on the nose, I think that's not good.
Yeah,
like it's
I
gotta be
think-
like 108.
Yeah, I think it's got to be 110
Listen,
plus.
you want a correlation to his prices? He needs to get 380 points
yeah,
to
Well,
justify the prices.
Yeah,
of
pretty
those
much.
cards.
That's
He
true.
needs to score 380 points.
he needs
By
to,
Christmas.
he needs to break all of Wayne Gretzky's record.
He needs to eclipse Phil Esposito's career by February.
And he has to lace up the pads. He's got to be a goal. He's got to Shohei Ohtani the game.
Yes,
Yeah, that maybe would justify some of this pricing.
yes. He comes in that both goalies are injured. He's like, "You guys, I got
That's
this.
it. Max here.
Give me the pads. No worries, I got this."
Well, the hobby very much agrees. 86% of people said he needs to score 100 plus points to justify his hobby market. 12% said 90 or more. 2% said 80 or more, and 0% said 79 or less. And let that sink in for a 20-year-old. That's crazy.
Well, that's where his hobby market is. So he's high expectations. That's where they are.
Question 4. Is there more upside or downside in Macklin Celebrini's hobby market this year? What do you guys think?
Downside.
I think it's got to be down because it's so high that it's like it. What does he have to do to make it go
coming out.
up? Like
Cup's coming
there's
out this year.
Yeah.
there's not a ton more to get higher. So he, like I said, he would have to score 150 points to make his hobby market go even more up.
Second year cup over him, Phil.
Yeah, sorry, I apologize. It's Schaefer's year, eh? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well, I think you guys you hit the nail on the head with the rest of the hobby. Downside, pretty overwhelming majority, 62%. So there's more downside than upside. And again, it's just asking where the odds are greater.
Plus, you got injuries and all these other factors that can come in that can kind of cause some problems.
Could get a girlfriend.
Yeah.
They're trouble.
Yeah.
Stay away
They
from them. Do the Crosby way. No girls till you're 35.
All right, 3 more questions we asked. Somewhat related, but a little bit different. At the end of 26-27, will his cards be worth more or less?
Less.
Can it be the same?
No,
Is that
I
one
didn't
of
pick
the
that.
options?
No, it's a binary poll.
Oh, geez. I'm gonna go with less just because with new rookies and more crops, and I think that attention will get put onto other people, and so
I think the $1 million purchase was the peak of Celebrini for now. I'm not saying there's a huge pullback. I'm just saying that was like the, whatever's going to happen now, the dribble down and coast and cruise control, fine. But what's bigger than that card that is sold? I can't think of one.
Yeah, and you got Schaefer continuing to merge. You're gonna have McKenna and other rookies emerge, and so I think that's gonna.
I'm curious with the Schaefer this year, like, if he pops in, he's a defenseman, and he's going to be team first always, as most players should be, but they're not. If he doesn't score 30 goals consistently a year, why would his cards be that expensive, right? Like, I don't see. If he I don't mean like, oh my God, he scored 38 goals this year. That's amazing. Yeah, that is amazing. That's incredible. He better do it again and again and again. That's pretty nuts, right? Like
That's very nuts, and it's a good point. I think, Phil, we could have this exact same conversation about Matthew Schaefer, right? It's like exit one player, insert the other.
He's not as good as Makar right now, and he's selling for quite a bit more. So,
which is insane. He's so likable, though. That's like these kids are so likable.
I know.
Yeah. That's
so there's just that hype. Like I feel like in the next couple of years, he has to take over the defensive throne from Makar to justify these prices. And
the game has to
crazy.
New fans have to enter. And for new fans to enter out of that group, we have to have new hobby collectors. That to me is the next, literally the biggest step we could take. Anything else is a retraction. We have to increase our numbers because I feel like the money is, I'm very grateful that a lot of new money has come into hockey, but it's got to keep coming in, right? I don't think it will. And if I'm going to be wrong about something, I hope it's that.
Do you guys think part of the likability of all these young players has to do that they firmly grew up in the social media era where like if you are walking on the street and you stick a phone in Matthew Schaefer's, like stick a phone in our face, we're going to go, get away, right? Where Matthew Schaefer probably starts a TikTok dance. You know what I mean? It's like they just grew up in that environment. And
No, I think we hit lightning in a bottle. I find the youth very awkward today. I find them all very awkward. They lack. Has there ever been a generation that's lacked greater social skills ever?
Yeah,
I think we just got lucky with those kids. Good parents, maybe, good upbringings, good environment, good social friends. I think we got lucky with those kids. In general, young kids are very awkward.
Yeah, it goes by a case scenario though. Like you throw Schaefer in the draft and he's interviewing these kids that just get drafted. He looks like he is a media guy. So, I mean, yeah, I agree with you in general, but like you said, I think we hit lightning in a bottle with some of these kids who are just very likable and have big personalities and fun to watch. So,
Okay, on to our poll results. 60% of people said his cards will be worth less at the end of the year versus more. 40% said more. The next one's my favorite question in all of this. I'm very excited to talk to a bike guy. Will Macklin Celebrini outsell any of the new 2026-27 NHL rookies?
No. Not with Gavin McKenna in Toronto. Not a chance.
You mean, so this question is saying, because I'm a little confused. So you're saying that he will outsell every single one of
There's not a single 26-27 rookie that will outsell Macklin Celebrini this year.
Okay. So outsell him like when we're doing the top 10 per month?
Yeah, just definitively, like any way you look at it, it's like he
is the bigger number.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Phil.
You're welcome.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get
Okay.
How many more ways can we break this down for you, Dave?
Yeah. Okay. So let me get this straight. I think that's going to be very difficult to do. I'm going to say no.
What? Yes. Oh, yeah. Correct. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
He will not.
I think the rookies will outsell.
Correct.
Is what I'm saying.
McKenna is all you need to know.
Yeah.
Do not underestimate the power.
We have another big name. I think if McKenna, well, Martone is a big name too, but I think without those two guys, and then maybe it's, we're having a debate with some lesser known, but yeah, no, I think.
Well, there's guys that haven't played yet that like a Stenberg or someone else could emerge.
Sure.
The Rickenbacker guy or whatever his name is from Montreal, right? Who knows what could happen there. Prepare to have your minds blown. Remember, we had a lot of votes. 82% of people think Macklin Celebrini will outsell every 26-27 rookie.
Yeah, they're drinking. That's why.
Oh, that's And then finally, had to end up, will Macklin Celebrini live up to the hype in 2026-27?
Yes.
You think so too, Dave?
I don't know if this is just because I want it so bad, but I'm going to say yes, because I just want to see it. I just want to see him hit another 120 points. My feeling is if he stays healthy, he's going to hit 120 plus points. So, yep. I think he's going to live up to the hype.
Well, 77% of people said he will. 23% said he won't. Here's the crazy thing when you look at these poll results together, and I don't know if you guys have picked up on this, but there's a huge paradox here. So on one hand, we have 77% of the hobbyists we polled say he will live up to the hype, but 62% see more downside in his hobby market than upside. 60%
Two different
think,
things.
yeah, you're right. Think his cards will be worth less at season's end, while 86% say he needs 100 plus points to justify today's hobby market. So maybe the hobby believes in Macklin Celebrini, it just might not believe in his current prices.
Yeah, I think Phil said it. We hit the peak with the gold outburst sell. And so, it's hard to sustain that level of hype and that much money that's being thrown at this. And plus Benjamin B, he's bought all the big rookie cards. So there's no more big rookie cards for him to buy. So no more top sales for all of those.
Well, every year
all
there's
those
a
cards.
Shield 101, Ultimate 101.
Yeah. But
And there'll be
those are
some like
props.
limited logos with game. I think the Sharks have really
Yeah.
nice patches, so there should be some.
How does Ben stop now? Like every year I'd be gunning for the 101 Shield. Like you're not getting in my
Right.
way. Like that's fun. That's like, I would go for all in on that.
but
yeah.
Phil, which one of one shield?
all
Which
of them.
one?
All of them.
All of them. Okay.
The exquisite in the cup, 1A, 1B, and then by far the second, the ultimate shield. I would go for all three.
Disagree.
Yeah, well, it's
Disagree.
okay. You're getting used to being wrong. It's okay.
That is true.
Okay, I have one more question. We'll conclude part one. But sort of alluded to this, but I think it's worth asking again. If you knew today exactly by the end of when it was all said and done what Macklin's career would become, what comparing him to another player's career, what career would make you comfortable paying today's prices? So would he have to have Connor McDavid's career, or Sidney Crosby, Wayne Gretzky's, Nathan McKinnon, Austin Matthews, something even greater somehow?
So better than Wayne Gretzky would justify his prices today. That's it. My opinion.
So you really believe that the prices are sort of at the extreme of the extreme?
I'll take it further. I believe every single card in all four of our collections, and everybody listening, is worth less than what we paid for and what people think. I truly believe that, and not because we're at a peak. I thought that 3 years ago, 2 years ago, last year. I'm willing to accept that, and I'm willing to pay all of that, all the premiums, everything baked in, all the shill bidding, all the nonsense, all the prospecting, because I love it. I picked one thing in this world that I can be selectively ignorant about, and it's this. But if it's like brass tacks, our cards are not remotely close to what we all think they're worth. I truly, especially in hockey. Yeah. I truly believe that. Now, I really hope the cards just keep going up and up and up, because then, maybe next year I'll be more wrong. And as the years go on, I'll be more wrong and more wrong. But I'm very under promising and over delivering any type of return I ever have in the future with any of my hockey cards.
I hope they don't go down. I would, if I could vote, I would say stay this way forever. Because as fun as it is to like, oh my gosh, I bought this card 6 years ago for $500 and the last sale was $4,000. That's amazing. But there's so many more cards I want to buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care what they're worth. It's a fun extra. It's a really fun, listen, I got a very nice offer to over double my money for my 2 Gretzky exquisites last weekend. I'm not interested. I don't need the 10 grand back or way more. I mean, okay, well, that's not necessarily true, but the rent's paid, food's cool. He calls a man now. He's fine. Different circumstance. Ask me in 6 months, I might. But that I don't give a poop about that. I want the market to go kind of poopy so I can get more cards of what I like. I always rather.
I have the least amount of hockey cards I have bought since I've gotten into the hobby is the last couple months, and I haven't bought a hockey card in probably like 2 weeks. Like I just,
me too, Dave. I haven't even.
I'm getting outbid, and I pick my price of what I'm willing to pay for it, and I'm getting blown out of the water. So
You're also super distracted. So I'm not saying that any of your points aren't valid, but
I am super distracted, but when it comes to eBay, I'm still on eBay like 10 times a day. That has not slowed down. That is the one part of my life that I have made made room for. And I have been on it with my bidding and my snipe bidding and everything. And I mean, like I said before, like the last few weeks, the last 3 weeks of Slab Sharks, I haven't bid on one card because I have my price in my mind. And with 2 minutes, 3 minutes to go, it's already over that price. I don't even have a chance to snipe bid. So it's just getting crazy.
If I'm being observational with all of us, I would say that in the last year, we've kind of hit a confluence of the world's gotten way more expensive for everybody. The hobby's gotten super expensive, and we have developed more champagne taste. So that's not a great combination.
That is
for
true
adding cards. Okay, well, I think that Macklin Celebrini will be probably the biggest story to follow to see what happens this year. So I wanted to start there, and we have 9 more topics that we'll cover through the start of the season. Slab Sharks, Gongshow partner sponsor, thankful for their support of our show. The current Slab Sharks weekly eBay auctions live ends tonight. If you want to head to slabsharks.com, go ahead and get your bids in, mark your favorites. Something like 20 or 7,500 cards closing with obviously some huge bangers. We'll be live starting tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on the Gongshow YouTube channel, covering all the key cards closing in the auction. We hope to see you all with us in the chat. Also entering prime selling season, Hobby's on fire. Love for you to give Slab Sharks a shot. They make it simple to sell your cards on eBay. They're the world's largest weekly hockey auction. Head to slabsharks.com for complete info, including payout rates. And if you're an American collector, well, A, makes you cool. B, it gets even better. You get to work with your Gongshow brotachos as we help get the cards in the auction for you, helping avoid any international shipping. We are the official Slab Shark Submission Center. We get your cards into the current week's auction if you get them to them by Tuesday. We have a commitment to do that. And payouts are now in USD, which is amazing. Head to slabsharksusa.com to get the consignment process cooking. Hobby news.
Hobby news.
Hobby news.
Hobby news.
Okay, boys, this should be a really good talker. So, Phil, this one you should remember right out of the gate. In the past week, and both social media and in our top 5 hockey card sales video, we highlighted a new all-time record sale for a 2017 Upper Deck buyback of a Connor McDavid Young Guns from 2015-16 that had an auto. These are numbered on a 97. PSA 10 auto 10 that sold for a whopping $45,017 US on August 20th.
Mm-hmm.
Big sale, record sale to date for any of the copy of this card. Here's the thing, though. Not long after that video was published, somebody, I think, I want to make sure I get the name right, on Pro Card Market, sent me a link to a blowout forum that includes this next photo. And this card is numbered 29 so there are 2 29 out of 97s, it appears, of the 2017.
Yeah, those are different
McDavid.
autos.
Well, they're different autos, and the biggest giveaway is that like the dash or slash in between the serial numbers. So 29 is significantly longer on one copy of the card than the other. The one that's at the record sale is a PSA 10 auto 10. The other copy is a BGS 9 with an auto 9 grade. And it's very, very obvious the cards are different. Now, what's interesting is that the poster and blowout apparently did their own, and this is their analysis, not mine. And they think that the BGS one is the original card, and that it's more comparative to the style of serial numbering and autos that McDavid did on these cards originally. So you're left with, well, what's going down here? I mean, the obvious maybe assertion is that maybe one of these was faked. I guess it would be within the realm of possibility that maybe the serial numbering person made a mistake and doubled up one of the serial numbers.
Okay. Yeah,
but
that's possible.
But possible.
Sure.
I'm not saying probable.
Yeah.
But had I shelled out $45,000 for the PSA 10 Auto 10, seeing this photo, I feel so bad for the buyer of this card?
I'd be doing something. I don't know what I'd be doing, but I'd be doing something. It's not good. I mean, this is the whole point of the slabs is to protect the consumer.
Well, there you go. You have the PSA guarantee.
That's what I was
right?
about to say. Yeah. So maybe,
There you go.
I
You're
guess
protected.
you would think that if it is deemed that latest sale for 45 grand, which was the PSA, that they would honor the guarantee. And
Yep.
But we just need the real young gun to step up.
Yes. Well, the real
Who's on the card on the
McDavid,
outside? On the outside.
please step up.
I think that would be my first call, would be to PSA. And
They'd probably pay out quicker. I mean,
Yeah.
who cares? Who cares if you have the real or I would just want nothing. Okay, I would want nothing to do with the card anymore. I'd want my money back as fast as possible.
have you guys ever had, I'm not saying at the $45,000 level, but have you ever had a situation similar to this where you bought a card and then you found out later that there's a high probability that it's like faked or altered or something like that?
No,
Nope, not yet.
my patches
So-
aren't good enough to be faked.
Yeah. I think I'm like you though, Phil. Like I would have a hard time. I would want the card. It's like bad
Yeah.
juju at that point, right? You just
That's
want it
just-
out of your life.
We're done. Yeah, we're done. Tainted. It's been in the bathroom.
All right, there's a couple more things that I wanted to go through. A little bit of a slow news week. And so I saw this the other day, and you know me, I love to have Dave guess some top 10s. We'll do
Oh
it quick.
no.
We'll do it quick. I have
Phil,
the
was
top-
that a Seinfeld reference? Your last reference to the bathroom? Okay,
No.
I just wanted to double check.
We
'cause,
can't
you
take
know,
this book back. It's been in the
Yeah, when he
bathroom.
takes it and then he can't sell it back. I'm sorry, this book has been flagged.
Well, the poop particles, they get in the paper fibers, right? Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Have you ever seen those studies about like your phone and wallet and yeah?
That's disgusting. I mean, don't look at your phone under a microscope. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Even though bacteria is good to be exposed to because it helps your body.
Eating dirt is important.
Yeah. Okay. So I came across something I don't think we've ever talked about on our show. So I was kind of actually from that perspective excited to do it. I have the top 10 most graded hockey cards ever by PSA. And are you guys confident that Phil, how many do you think you'll know? Like at least not maybe the exact
Are any
number.
hockey?
Yeah, top 10 hockey cards ever graded by
Okay,
PSA.
okay. I would feel I should know all of them, and if I don't, so I'll probably know 70% of them.
Okay.
It's my ratio.
Dave, are you shooting for 2?
I know for a fact. I know 2 for sure.
Okay.
After that, I don't know. So
Well,
Yeah.
what do you guys think the number 1 card is?
One of the Gretzky
Kaprizov
10s, no?
Young Guns.
No.
Oh, because I'm thinking Young Guns, but no, there's other cards. Oh shoot. See now.
So, number 1 is the 2023 Connor McDavid Young Guns. PSA has graded 20,125 copies of that card.
Oh, okay.
Well, that was on my list, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't understand the question because I'm silly. I still would have said Gretzky probably.
There's 8,101 PSA 10s, also the most. There's no other hockey card with more PSA 10s than this card. And 40% gem rate. You want to guess it now? What's number 2?
Gretzky. It's got to be Gretzky or Jagger Premier. I mean, it's one or the other.
Isn't Lemieux really high? His rookie card?
Oh well, you gotta guess.
We'll find out. Okay. Well, I know Kaprizov and Jack Hughes are pretty big Young Guns.
It's not number 2. It's Gretzky or the Jagger. I'd bet on it.
Okay.
I hope I'm not wrong, but
Now, which one do you think, Phil, for Gretzky, O-Pee-Chee or Tops?
O-Pee-Chee.
yeah, I'm gonna probably go O-Pee-Chee.
Okay.
We're more ferocious up here.
Well, you guys got it. The second most graded hockey card ever is the 1979 Wayne Gretzky O-Pee-Chee rookie. 16,298 copies have been graded. There's 2 PSA 10s, which is infinitely less than 1% of a gem rate.
Oh, now I'm worried it's the Tops is second.
Well, I would think the Tops is probably
No,
second,
no,
or maybe
no, I'm
fourth.
Okay, we're on to number 3, so you got to get your guesses in.
No, I'm Jagger. Jagger O-Pee-Chee Premier.
Okay.
I can't believe it's not number 1 or 2.
What do you think, Dave?
Dave?
Well, I have, yeah. I'll just go with the Gretzky tops, just to
Okay.
be different.
Phil's right. 1990 O-Pee-Chee Premier Jaromir Jagr. 13,506 copies have been graded. 4,403 PSA 10s, which is
It's ridiculous.
30% gem rate.
It's insane.
Number 4.
I guess the top. No, I don't know. I'm done.
Well,
after
I'm
this.
going with Topps, Gretzky, and
Yeah,
Tell.
yeah, me too.
So
Okay.
that's kind of.
Well, I want to. We'll get through. You guys are right. We'll get through this because it gets really fun.
Oh,
after
good.
this.
Okay. 4 for 4. No, 3 for 4.
No, 3-4. 1979 Topps Wayne Gretzky rookie. 12,722 have been graded. There were two PSA 10s. Now there's one. So one lonely PSA 10 out of 12,722. I would be shocked beyond belief if either of you got number 5. That's my hint. I
That's
think
not a
there's
hint.
There's no
That's a
way.
hint.
But you got to pick like a completely out there. Well, not complete, but you just won't get it.
Is it like another Wayne Gretzky card?
Yeah, is it old or new?
Newer.
Oh, it's
I thought you
newer?
were gonna say older. Shit.
Oh.
Didn't you say like Kaprizov and Jackie? Oh no, but you said you'd be shocked if we'd get it. Oh no. Carey Price Young Guns. Because
All right.
people are delusional. That's
No.
I like it. I like Carey Price Young Guns. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah.
Dave, you got a guess?
No, I don't have a guess. I'm
just
gonna
guess
be
something.
wrong. Okay, fine. The Kaprizov Young Guns, but I know that's not right because you
Kind of
said
close,
it's something.
but not really. Within a year, the 5th most graded hockey card ever is a 2021 Cole
Oh.
Caulfield Young Guns.
Interesting.
12,422 copies graded. There's 3,777 PSA 10s and a 30% gem rate. That's shocking to me.
Yeah, that series was tough for the gem rate. So
Yeah. And the hobby was on fire at that point,
Yeah.
comparative to that was kind of peak the hobby at that time.
okay,
What do you think number 6 is?
now I'm going Kaprizov. Well, I went with it last time.
Patrick
know if-
Waugh rookie.
Oh, good guess. Yeah. You're both are wrong.
Oh.
2024 Macklin Celebrini Young Guns
Already?
has 10,001
Oh
copies
my
graded.
God.
Well, he's gonna win. There's probably 5,000 just waiting in queue right now.
Well, that's
More.
why I didn't think he was going to be on the list yet. I thought,
Yeah.
Well, that's terrifying.
Check this out though, and maybe this is good for if you're a Young Guns collector. Just 2,395 PSA 10s, a 24% gem rate on the Macklin Celebrini Young Guns. That's tough
Good.
sledding to grade those.
yeah. And if one shows up on Slab Sharks, like next auction, bid on it because
Might be yours.
it might be mine.
Probably 10 in there, Dave.
I know they're probably
which one?
but bid on the one that's mine.
The California Dave collection.
Yeah,
Like remember how they had the Patrick Waugh collection?
I'm gonna put my little logo in the corner. I gotta see if Karn can do that.
All right. 4 left. Number 7. What do you think?
Kaprizov.
I don't know. Joe
I know Jack
Sakic.
Hughes.
Joe Sakic rookie. Going old school.
Well, a Christmas miracle and hobby miracles happen. California Dave's right. 2020
Oh,
Kirill Kaprizov
Big
Young
rocks,
Guns.
Whatever.
9,580 copies graded.
Yeah, I did guess it quite a few times.
61 PSA 10s, 64% gem rate. I mean,
Yeah.
there's the
It's no-
opposite.
It's no different than him yelling Crosby the whole time.
I know.
Yes, exactly. You figured out my secret, Louis.
His strategy
You
with any
just
game
go
is
and
just,
tell
to be,
it until it hits.
be ready once. Okay.
You know what
now,
happened last time? Remember when I finally switched it up? Then it was the one I kept saying, and I missed it. So
Number 8, I'm just going to say is Jack Hughes because that's the pairing you guys have been talking about. So his Young Guns have been graded 8,625 times, 6182 PSA 10s, 72% gem rate.
wow.
More PSA 10s, like more than twice of Macklin Celebrini. Okay, so the last 2 are 80s rookie cards.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so who do you think number 9 is?
Patrick Waugh.
Hey. No, I'm gonna go with their 80s rookies. I'm gonna go with it's either I want to go with Yzerman or Sakic. I feel like Sakic. Oh man, I don't know. I'm going Steve Yzerman.
Tops or O-Pee-Chee?
Oh, O-Pee-Chee?
You're wrong. It's the 1985 O-Pee-Chee Mario Lemieux.
Oh, for God's sake. Jerk. I thought I was like, no way.
Dang.
Oh, okay.
I said the Mario Lemieux a lot earlier.
Well, you've said about 180 names now, Dave.
I know that's true.
8,245 copies graded. Only 81 PSA 10s. 1%, less than a 1% gem rate. And then the last one,
Joe Sakic. O-Pee-Chee.
Dave. 80. Well, you don't know any players from the 80s.
No,
so
I
it's an unfair
know. I
question.
know. I
Say Patrick Waugh again, just in case. It's got to be him.
Okay, Patrick Waugh.
It's got to be him.
You're both wrong. 1984 tops, Steve Yzerman. Rookie, 8,245 copies graded. Oh, I'm sorry. There were 48 Mario PSA 10s, and there's 81 Yzerman PSA 10s. So I misspoke.
That's pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Bet this looks a lot different a year from now. As more and more, well, maybe not if PSA never comes back.
That's
Last
true.
thing, really quick in hobby news, this got this notification later today. So Upper Deck announced they reached a trading card deal with Hasbro.
What?
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, yeah! Yes, let's go! Oh my God, it's gonna be like the best year ever.
Yeah. The debut product will be a special edition release for the 40th anniversary of Transformers that will be sold the next month exclusively at Target stores. So not in Canada.
I'm gonna have to buy boxes for you, Phil.
Could you imagine Optimus Prime refractor?
Yeah.
Is there
I
gonna
think
be
it'll
like
be
a gold outburst in this?
Well, I think Upper Deck, I'm sure we'll use that technology. And again, I think they're going the movie route for the first set. So you could have Megan Fox autographs in there maybe, or
Well,
Shia LaBeouf.
you mean the 1986 movie?
Oh yeah, 40. Yeah, it's gonna be the cartoon. You're right.
Yeah.
But in subsequent releases, other Hasbro brands include Power Rangers. Favorite one, Phil? You must be Pink Ranger.
So would we go? A quick question to the panel, a little off topic. Megan Fox in Transformers or Cameron Diaz in The Mask? That's I can't decide. I can't
Megan
decide.
Fox.
They're both perfect. Perfect.
Megan-
11 out of
Megan-
10.
No, you're wrong. Megan Fox.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's a tough
Bill.
one.
Yeah, you know what everyone's still thinking, eh? Phil, why'd you ask us that?
Wow.
Yeah, it's hard, dude. It's hard.
If you had to put personality in it, even like slightly, then I think it's very heavily Cameron Diaz, right?
I kind of like being. I kind of like the mean ones a little bit.
Okay.
You know, yeah, it makes it interesting, and I don't know.
Maybe
All
you
right.
should try something different.
I did. I tried. Remember Brandy? She was like the nicest person on the planet. I lasted 2 months. It's like, pick a fight with me, something. Come on.
Bad girl, bad girl.
You're so cute.
Burn my house down. Do something.
Wow, don't do that.
Okay, other brands include Power Rangers, G.I. Joe, Mask. I mean, there you go. I mean, that's part of Hasbro.
Maybe.
I think they only had one season or two, maybe, but it was right there within Humanoids. Yeah.
Anyone a big Gem in the Holograms fan?
The
Apparently.
Misfits? Yeah, let's go. Absolutely. Gem was great. If the Misfits ever won, though, the show's over, right? You can't have the bad band win the concert. I was always worried.
I forget too. Is G.I. Joe is probably the other big one for me. Like I would, the movies sucked, but I loved the G.I. Joe toys growing up. So that hits me very much. And the nostalgia points is He-Man, was that Hasbro or was that a different company, Phil?
No, Mattel.
Mattel. Okay. Pretty cool though for Upper Deck to add more brands. Have any of you guys gotten on any level into entertainment cards? Well, I know Phil, you have your Disney princesses thing, but is that about as far as you've?
I have my Fantasia cards. I really like Mickey Mouse cards.
Yeah, no, I have not. Chandler has. Chandler's into
Well, he's
some
a
other
child.
stuff.
Yeah, he's a little kid.
Well,
He's into
yeah.
Star Wars a lot, right?
He's really into Star Wars and, of course, a little bit into Pokemon, but mostly Star Wars. I would say
He's a
that's his
lot of
next-
bit into Pokemon. Don't be shy. He likes.
No,
the
he's into Star Wars is his next biggest thing. He's really into Star Wars. Yeah.
I can't believe this is happening. This is incredible. Yeah, big fan. Big fan. I can't wait to see these cards.
I have a Christoph Waltz auto card. In my
cool.
book, maybe the best character actor of all time, or one of the best.
Yeah, Inglorious Bastards. I mean, what a
Yeah.
performance.
Yeah. Okay, new product release is brought to you by Gongshow friend and partner GP Sports and Total Sport Cards. Grant's got a ton of fun breaks going this Friday. Head to gpsportcards.com. He's been breaking Clear Cut, the Cup, Ultimate Collection, SP Authentic. Phil said on Doosan break he had a Shield tonight, a Gretzky auto on Wednesday night when we're recording. He always has some big hits there. Or if you want to rip your own boxes, you can get them anytime via the shop's website, totalsportcards.com. They can ship the latest releases to anywhere in Canada. And if you have some bangers to sell, Grant's always paying top prices. Reach out to the hobby shop in Etobicoke or message GP on Instagram or other social channels and set up a time to chat about what you're looking for. Well, 25-26 Clear Cut has been out for a little more than a week, which is, of course, more than enough time, plenty of time, for us to make snap judgments based on secondary market sales. It's one of our favorite products, of course. A true shot at greatness type scenario. Sometimes not, though. It's a one-shot, one-card box. So we're going to review the top 5 highest selling cards in eBay to date with each's respective top sale. And, of course, any sale made on eBay, which is always all of them at this point, has been verified as paid for as Terapeak. Interesting mix, I would say, so far. It's not Schaefer Palooza. So number 5, we have a Michael Misa Outburst rookie auto out of 25 with an amazing photo that sold for $600 US on eBay Best Offer on August 23rd.
They are
cards
hard
are
to
awesome.
take pictures of, though. I will say that. So, it's tough. It's tough, but yeah.
But you can also try like a second time
that is true. That
to
is
do a
true.
little bit better.
Like maybe change the angle of the light coming in through your back window, maybe. So.
Number 4 so far, we have who had Sam Dickinson on their bingo card.
No, definitely.
High draft
not.
pick.
Yeah. His clear cut high gloss rookie auto, which is out of 10, so for $700 US via eBay Best Offer on August 25th. I didn't know much about him, so I actually looked him up. Yeah, 20-year-old D-man from Toronto. 11th, to your point, Phil, the 11th overall pick in the 2024 NHL entry draft. Has 1 goal and 14 points in 72 career games played, and it's a -5.
Ouch.
Number 3 is another rookie auto high gloss out of 10, Easton Cowan. So for $815 USD via eBay auction on August 24th. We haven't dug much into the whole Cowan thing, but he seems very polarizing from a hobby perspective. Like some people swear, I think our guy Tori, who's a little bit of somehow a Leafs fan from Minnesota.
I do smell that off of him. I don't like it. It really upsets me when I get that whiff a while. He never comes right out with it, but
Yeah,
I see it. I smell it.
Yeah, it's like the comparison I've heard, and I haven't watched him play much, so I'm just going off of what other people say is like kind of rich man's like Max Domi kind of thing, a little bit of a
Hobbit,
troublemaker, agitator. Yeah.
These high glosses are raking in some good money. I mean, Chandler pulled a Ben Kindle and he listed it on eBay and it was like over $500 in the first 24 hours. So these high gloss autos are raking in some dough. Yeah.
Well, that should help him. He's trying to get a Celebrini RPA, which increases exponentially every day until he can afford one. So. Well, speaking of Macklin Celebrini at number 2, you can't do a list like this without Macklin Celebrini. The Dazzlers auto sold.
What? No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the brand new auto, the newly unveiled auto, so for $1,125 US by eBay Best Offer on August 22nd.
No,
Isn't
there's
that crazy?
no way. I do
Isn't
not.
that crazy?
Did you check this?
Yeah.
This is paid for?
Yeah. So what's that for, like 1,600 Canadian, something like that?
I'll take my chances. I need it. That's nuts, man. That's
Yeah, that's like what 1,600 Canadian, something like that, right?
That's a Wayne Gretzky PSA 1.
Yeah.
That's a Wayne Gretzky rookie
Yeah.
card.
Yeah. I have a Gretzky auto from Clear Cut. It was one of the twisted tinsel design. I mean, that card's worth like $500. It's a Wayne Gretzky. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It just goes to show, Phil, what you just said. He has to exceed Gretzky to really justify these numbers.
It's not even one of the good Dazzlers, and we like Dazzlers. It's not even one of the good ones.
Oh, I like this Dazzler design. I like this.
Dazzle
This is
away
my
then.
favorite one.
Imagine the gold outburst 101 clear cut of Celebrini.
Yeah,
I mean, that would look that looks nicer than the gold outburst of the real one, the younger one. But a 101 Macklin Celebrini gold clear cut outburst would be. You'd almost want to showcase it so much before you put it on auction because people don't realize how amazing those cards are. They just don't know. They do not know the 101 gold outburst on clear cut.
It needs a video almost, right?
Yeah.
Like certain cards could benefit, like a Blast from the Past refractor could benefit from a video where you could move the card and show the.
Yeah, because people are like, oh, it's a refractor, cool. And then they see it, they're like, oh, it's like really different. I'm like, yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. it's amazing. Yeah.
Well, think about for a second how many people that are in the know about a card have got an amazing deal on a card just because of a ComC scan.
Yeah.
Right. Where number one to date is an Ivan Demidov Booming Stars or Booming Rookie Stars. This is out of 50. So for $1,216 US via eBay auction on August 22nd.
Great auto on that. Good job, Ivan.
Yeah, his got a lot better, and Celebrini's got a lot worse when it came to clear cut. What's missing so far in the top five, though, is, of course, Matthew Schaefer. That will change. This list will change dramatically tomorrow night if it gets paid for, because right now in the Slapsharks auction is the 2025 clear cut Matthew Schaefer Exquisite Inscriptions Rookie Auto 101. That is right now at 35,100 Canadian. That ends tonight. So
crazy.
Which to me is an absurd amount of money for that card. Yeah. But it's an absurd time. We're the theater of the absurd in the hobby. Have a quick update too on EPAC. 2025 SPX is now available on EPAC. It went live yesterday, Wednesday. All right, personal pickups.
Did anyone have a personal pickup?
Bill?
No,
Dave?
I've been very preoccupied these past 2 weeks. I'm not even eBaying like a maniac, which is, I'm sorry, hobby. I'll get better.
Think of all the cards you're losing.
It's the end of August.
Yeah. I have one. It's from a little bit ago, and because I'm gonna buying more Motorium as well, but I never showed this one. I do like it. It's a 2002 O-Pee-Chee Pavel Datsyuk rookie. It's got.
You didn't just get this. You had this. You got this a while ago.
Yeah, well, I just said that. I have had it for a while, but I've never showed it on personal pickups. So, and I knew that couldn't count on any of you guys to be hockey card buyers.
Yeah, I might have to do that for a while because even the last few pickups that I've done.
Well, I can show a card right now. I just didn't send it to Louis.
Oh, well, send them to Louis.
All right.
You missed out, Philip.
And then I know Louis because he had me scan it for him today while I was working on Slab Sharks. And I'll just turn it over to you. It's the most ridiculous card I've ever seen in my life.
And exactly why it's in here. You guys familiar with playing bags or cornhole? Right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, cornhole.
Bag,
Yeah.
Cornhole. Uh-huh. Okay, check this out. 2011 Pops Alan Ginter, King of Cornhole, rookie auto Matt guy.
That's the title I want in life is King of Cornhole.
Is he wearing like the black under his eyes?
eye
for
black
the glare? Or like what is happening?
Is he Jewish? Is that a yarmulke or is he bald?
Them
He's
little
bald.
patch things.
No,
you know?
he's
Yeah, it
got
looks
a
like
little
like a mini one.
yeah, he's holding on for dear life.
I actually got it for a buddy. He wanted it. He's a super cornholer, I guess, if you want to say that. But I thought it was hilarious because I didn't know they even had these damn cards. But then you look on the back. Look at the logo by Topps. It's got a dude chucking a bag. I'm like, are you serious? This is
amazing.
legit.
Can someone timestamp what Louis just said and we can
Oh, yeah. We
use
can
it
have
against
so much
him?
fun.
Hey,
But well, the game name, yeah.
The game name in every other place that I know of than Minnesota is cornhole. I've always called it bags all my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think actually cornhole is more the official name. I am oddly fascinated by. I don't. It's hard to call these sports, but like games of skill, like random games
Golf.
of skill that people like are super into and kind of dominate, like darts. Like, have you ever like found yourself for reasons you can't explain watching like on ESPN 8, like watching like the professional darts league or something like that?
8.
No, I haven't, but I think
That's
it's
what
fun
I
you did.
feel like sometimes with the Olympics. I'm start watching this event. I'm like, how is this an Olympic sport? But then I can't stop watching it.
Did it make money
Wait.
for
So
them
they
or
swim
not?
a mile, they do jump rope, and then shoot a bazooka at a target?
Yes, it's so weird. It's like, what's happening?
All right. If you like the episode, please leave a rating, review on Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast app you listen to us on. If you love the show, you want to support us, want to chat with us every day on the Hockey Cards Gongshow Discord server, please consider $5 a month donation. Join our $999 support level tier on Patreon. Link is in the show description in both YouTube podcast apps on our website, Hockey Cards Gongshow, or on Patreon's website, patreon.com, and then just search for us. We are The Gong Show. Follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. And boys, the Hockey Cards Gong Show podcast is a production of Dogbox Ventures LLC. Have an amazing weekend. We can't wait to be back with you on Monday. Baba Louie, take us out.
Bye.
Yo, it's the Gong Show. We're dropping the facts. Hockey cards on fire. No holding us back. Josh looking sharp, the face of the scene. Feeling pork chop pants, rocking it clean. Baba Louie in the booth, he's the man with the plan. The best producer in all the land. Gong Show Nation, let's hit the flow. It's the Hockey Cards Gong Show. Let's go, let's go. Wanna say them in the show. So
And why is the carpet all wet, Todd?
I don't know, Margot.